Hi everybody, it's Kerry Ellison with the Ellison Group at Keller Williams. Today what we wanted to talk about is what happens if your home didn't get showings. And it's not the market's fault. This is a really uncomfortable topic that a lot of people don't like to talk about. And a lot of times sellers want to blame the market and they want to blame everything. They want to blame the rates, the economy, the time of the year, the buyers. I hear this all the time, but usually most of the time what happens is the truth is buyers just don't want to see your home. They've decided to skip it. They swiped right on the app and they just have gone on. So today the buyers are more informed than they've ever been. They see new listings come on the moment they hit the market. They compare your home to everything else they're looking at, and they look at everything available in the price range, and they immediately make a decision whether or not to see your home or not to see your home. So when does a home not get showings? When is it not visible? Is it really being passed over? The answer is yes. It has to do with how it looks online, how it's priced, and how it's furnished, and what the buyer has decided it compares to the other homes. So, this really leads to the second point we talk about a lot, is that photos and pricing do 90% of our heavy lifting. They make sure that a house gets seen or it doesn't get seen. Before a buyer reads a description, they're swiping right and they're looking at the photographs, deciding if they think the home's worth it or not. So photographs and price determine whether a buyer even clicks on the listing or not. You only get 3 to 5 photos. So if the photos don't clearly show the space, the layout, and the condition, the buyers want to know what's wrong with the property. And if the price doesn't line up with what the buyer thinks similar homes are selling for in the neighborhood, they're not even going to look at it and they're not going to set an appointment. This is where sellers get so frustrated, and to be honest, agents do too, because we know the home is nice and it's worth it, but sometimes buyers just don't want to see it and they don't see it clearly, and the photographs may not be as good as they need to be. And then it ends up that we're overpriced and we're not in the current market, which actually brings us to the third point, which traffic tells the truth. So opinions don't tell the truth. Online advice, whatever you want to see, whatever values are online, don't tell the truth. The truth is always told by the showings and the buyers that are actually raising their hands and coming into the house. Showings are king, and showings are the feedback of champions. And the lack of showings mean buyers aren't looking at your home. The market responds really quickly and honestly, and especially in the first couple of weeks. Where there is little or no activity, it's not bad luck. It's just sometimes the way it's presented and the information that the buyer sees online. The mistakes sellers make is they sit and wait. They think it's the market, they think it's the interest rate, and they wait too long before they do anything. And you and I both know the longer a home sits on the market with less traffic, the less buyers are going to look at it and they're going to think there's something wrong. So then we start the price adjustments and we start chasing that market down. Momentum disappears. Conversations turn into what might be wrong with the house, not what's great about the house, when there is actually nothing wrong with it. A home that sells does not always rely on hope or perfect timing. It really relies on the staging, the pricing, and how it is presented online, and the willingness and the quick response of us to get it in the market and watch and listen to what the buyers are telling us. This is a topic that I think really needs to be talked about a lot more. And, I think this is something that needs to be an open discussion, and we'll talk more about it soon. Thanks so much.